You're going to have to insert all your own fat jokes, Jabba the Hutt, Twinkie, Potato Head, all that fun stuff for yourself. I'm going to try to keep this kind of short, sweet, and to the point as much as I can. This guy is a huckster. He is trying to get your money. He is playing a pastor. He is playing the original peace officer. He's playing these things. He's relying on his credibility to separate you from your money. And he's going to say some stupid things. Mud Wheelan called him out very effectively with actual case law. But he's going to say stupid things, and I am just going to use the Texas Transportation Code to rebut what he says, because he's going to rely, or he's going to claim that he's relying on the Texas Transportation Code for his claims. Hey, look, Bill Norwood is putting out his PayPal link like a good little mod.
But for example, Texas, they have the Texas Transportation Code, and
Isn't that an amazing piece of information that he had to tell you? He had to tell you that they had a Texas Transportation Code. And you're like, yeah, they do have a Texas Transportation Code. Therefore, I will continue to listen to the other things. He was right about this thing. He's going to be right about everything else. Because he knew that Texas has a Texas Transportation Code. What a genius.
It says a vehicle it means in commerce.
It says a vehicle means that it's in commerce. Well, this is the registration of vehicles, and it says a vehicle means a device in or by which a person or property is or may be transported or drawn on a public highway, other than a device used exclusively on stationary rails or tracks. Now, this is in the registration of vehicles section. You may not like that. Let's just go to a more general definition section. This is the Chapter 541 definitions. Yeah, pretty good. Is it going to give us something entirely different as far as what a vehicle is? Oh, it does. This looks different. This is longer. This is longer. So vehicle means a device that can be used to transport or draw persons or property on a highway. This term does not include a device exclusively used on stationary rails or tracks or manufactured housing, as that term is defined by Chapter 1201 Occupations Code. So it appears that vehicle doesn't mention anything about commerce. So I think he's lying to you. Or he's misinformed, or he's uninformed.
Okay, that's not your private automobile.
That's not your private automobile. Well, let's find your private automobile. Let's stick in here. Your private automobile would be what? A passenger car? A passenger car means a motor vehicle. Oh, we need to figure out what a motor vehicle is. Hold on a second. Let's find motor vehicle. Moped, motorcycle, motor-driven cycle. Motor vehicle means a self-propelled vehicle or a vehicle that is propelled by electric power from overhead trolley wires. The term does not include an electric bicycle or an electric personal assistant mobility device as defined by Section 551-201. So it's a self-propelled vehicle or a vehicle that is propelled by electric power from overhead trolley wires. What about in the registration section? Because they have another definition over here too. Maybe it's something completely different. A motor vehicle means a vehicle that is self-propelled. Well, I guess that's not really too different, is it? We were looking at passenger car, that's right. So it's a motor vehicle. It's a vehicle that is self-propelled, other than a motorcycle, used to transport persons and designed to accommodate 10 or fewer passengers, including the operator. So a two-seater car is a passenger car. A four-seater car is a passenger car. What about a light truck or a truck? Let's just look at truck first, because I know that light truck is going to rely on the definition of truck. Truck means a motor vehicle. We know what that is. Designed, used, and maintained primarily to transport property. And a light truck. A light truck means a truck including a pickup truck, panel delivery truck, or carry-all truck that has a manufacturer's rated carrying capacity of 2,000 pounds or less. So a half-ton or a one-ton truck. There you go. And we already determined that a motorcycle is a motor vehicle. So, yeah. So there you go. It sounds like our good friend Damon Chief Jones is whiffing all over the place.
That's not your private motorcycle or private truck.
I think we just determined that it, in fact, is your private motorcycle or your private truck.
Okay, that is a vehicle that makes money, or
A vehicle that makes money. My car has a job, so it's no longer a motor vehicle.
government. The government has vehicles. The military has vehicles. The police have vehicles.
The police have vehicles. This guy is a genius. Michelle says, "Thank you. This is invaluable information." No, no, honey. No, it's not. You knew the police had vehicles. It's okay.
Or motor vehicles, and they're commercial.
And or motor vehicles. Wait, what? Wait, what? So the police have vehicles and or motor vehicles. So they have either horse-drawn carriages or motorized vehicles. Huh. This guy is a genius.
But a regular man.
They're commercial. No, they have definitions. Again, they have definitions. Commercial motor vehicle means a motor vehicle other than a motorcycle designed or used primarily to transport property. The term includes passenger car reconstructed and used primarily for delivery purposes. The term does not include a passenger car used to deliver the United States mail. There you go. There you go. What about in here? I don't think they define it in this one. No, they don't. But there you go.
Or woman drives an automobile.
There is no definition in either one of these for automobile. Automobile is not defined. It goes from authorized vehicles to, where's number two? Number two is bicycle. So authorized vehicles to bicycle. There is no automobile. You drive a motor vehicle of some sort, and that motor vehicle may be a motorcycle, it may be a truck, a light truck, a passenger car, who knows? But you're for the statute, the definitions of the statute cover your vehicle, and there is no automobile exception out of it.
And an automobile is not required to be registered. No.
Vehicles, however, are required to be registered. Let's see if we could find it. Registration required. General rule. Not more than 30 days after purchasing a vehicle or becoming a resident of this state, the owner of a motor vehicle, trailer or semi-trailer, shall apply for the registration of the vehicle for each registration year in which the vehicle is to be used on a public highway, and if the vehicle is unregistered for a registration year that has begun, blah, blah, blah. So if you're going to drive it on a public highway, you have to register it. If it's a motor vehicle, we already determined the passenger cars are motor vehicles, but what's a public highway? Because I know some of you are going to think, well, I'm just driving it on city streets. I'm not driving it on a public highway, so I should be fine. Okay, it's going to be all good. But you're wrong. Public highway includes a road, street, way, thoroughfare, or bridge that is in the state. That would be the state of Texas. That is for the use of vehicles, not motor vehicles, not automobiles, for the use of vehicles in all their varied shapes. That is not privately owned or controlled. So if it's a private road, you could drive to your heart's content without a license or registration. But if you want to drive it on a public road, you got to get it registered. And so you need all of these things, and over which the state has legislative jurisdiction under its police power. There you go. I think I'd read all that, so let's continue on.
License tag. Not required to have insurance.
You're not required to have a license tag or insurance. I think the license tag would be what they give you to show proof of registration. Maybe Texas is different, but what about insurance? Because that seems... They do require proof of financial responsibility. And the proof of financial responsibility comes in document that is in compliance with these sections, a liability, self-insurance, or pool coverage document, a photocopy of a documented by described by subdivision 1 or 2, or an electronic submission of a document, yeah, you need insurance. Basically, in some way, shape, or form, you need insurance. At the time of registration, the county assessor collector shall provide to a person registered in a motor vehicle a statement that the motor vehicle may not be operated in the state unless 1. Liability insurance for the motor vehicle in at least the minimum amounts required by law remains in effect to insure against potential losses, or the vehicle is exempt because the person has established financial responsibility in a manner described by the other sections. So yeah, you basically need insurance. There are a few ways around it, but you got to have some form of financial responsibility evidenced.
The man or woman driving is not required to have a license.
You are required to have a license. This is in the, again, we're still in the transportation code. This is chapter 521, driver's licenses and certificates. License required. A person other than a person expressly exempted under this chapter may not operate a motor vehicle on a highway in the state unless the person holds a driver's license issued under this chapter. I don't know what else to tell you. This guy is wrong. He's dead wrong. He's relying on his chief name, his little star, the people's original peace officer. He is trying to get your money, and he is telling you lies. And these lies may not be completely terrible in and of themselves. I mean, you might get a ticket for not having a registration or something like that. But it also, if you believe him and you start arguing, it could end up with broken windows, tasers, and you could be featured on Van Balen's little Sovereign Citizen channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.